Hi, good evening to everyone. This is Hemlata. I am working as assistant professor in KKR and KSR Institute of Technology and Sciences. Uh, Today I am going to give a small lecture on a topic Introduction to Compiler Construction. So, what is the main objective of learning this compiler construction? It is able to build a compiler for a language. And this is the one of the objective, and then another objective is finally after learning this entire course, you have to know how to use compiler construction tools such as generator of scanners and parser, and also you are able to define LL1, LR or LALR grammars, and you are going to familiar with the compiler analysis and optimization techniques. Learn how to work on a larger software project, and these are the main objectives of the course. Mainly uh, objective is if you learn this course, you have a capability to design a compiler for any language. This is the motive of this course. And what is a compiler? It is nothing but the translation of program which is written in some source language into an equivalent target language, that is in a systematically converted into the target language. So here we have a diagram. Uh, this is the compiler, so which take the source program as an input and it generate the target program. While generating the target program in between, if it identify any errors, that it send the error messages. Okay. Yeah. After generating the target code, this target code is executed by the user by giving the inputs and he get the outputs. This is the main functioning of the compiler. And what is a interpreter? Interpreter means it also perform the same operation of a compiler, but it does not produce the target code. The same time it convert that is nothing but it translate the source program, and by taking the input, and also it generate the error messages if any it found, and finally it produce the output. It is nothing but the line by line translation. Suppose the interpreter translate the first line. If it not having any errors, then it move to the second line. If any error is identified in the second line, then it stops the translation and it sends the error messages. According those error messages, the user can modify the code at the second line. Again, the interpreter start translating the second line and then move to the third line. In this way, it translates the source code. This is the interpreter. And the main analysis and synthesis model of a compilation. Mainly the total compilation process is divided into two parts. The first one is the analysis part and the second one is the synthesis part. Analysis is determines the operations implied by the source program which are recorded in a tree structure. The total analysis part is related to the I think it is close to the source program. And coming to the synthesis, it takes the tree structure which is generated by the analysis phase and then translate those operations into the target program. This is the main motive of the translation. And so before going to move to the compiler, so what is a language processing system? Suppose if I want to translate any language into the target language, is the compiler software is not sufficient to do for that process. Means the total translation is not done by the compiler. It requires some other softwares like preprocessing, preprocessor, assembler, and linker. And in first, the source program is given as an input to the preprocessor, and now that preprocessor is process some preprocessive statements like hash include, hash define, hash if, and those preprocessor statements are processed by the preprocessor, and that program is given as the input to the compiler, and then compiler generate the target program. That target program may be a assembly language program. So, and then that assembly language program is given as the input to the assembler, and then it produces the relocatable object code. Is nothing but the relocatable means it is an object code, but it contains some relocatable references in our code, and those relocatable addresses are resolved by the linker. And finally, it link up the all modules with the libraries, and then finally it produce the absolute machine code which is understood by the machine. So that is written in a zeros and ones. So finally, after working of all these softwares together, we get an object code in zeros and ones. These are the main phases of a compiler. So first one is a scanner, parser, semantic analysis, intermediate code generation, optimizer, code generator, and then peephole optimizer. And this is the programmer means who write a code, source code. Scanner means it identify the valid words in the source code, and the parser means it analyze those grammar symbols are arranged in a syntax way or not. And then semantic analyzer, it check whether these grammar symbols are semantically arranged in meaningful way or not. So that's the meaning. If we perform any addition operation, that operation must be performed on a similar type of data operates. That type of checking is done by the semantic analyzer. That is a type checking. And then after doing this analysis, it gives the tree as a semantic, and that tree is given as the input to the intermediate code generator, and then it produces the different formats of intermediate code, either 3-address code or abstract syntax trees or some annotations. And then optimizer, it is an optional phase, and it optimizes the intermediate code by reducing the usage of temporary variables. And then it generates the code generator. It generates the assembly language by using mnemonics. And finally, you can apply the optimization. Then this is the output of the compiler. And the grouping of the pages. And the first three pages are grouped into as a front end and remaining are the back end. So, yes, thank you. So, thank you for listening to my video with the patience. Have a good day. Thank you.